Doing the speech meet's always been fun for me. It's really been a major factor in helping me grow in my ability to be comfortable on stage, and I've enjoyed doing the speech meet the last few years. This is my last time, and this one's for you guys up there. Hi, my name is Ewan Hernandez. I'm from Southside Christian School, and today I will be reciting Little Red the Hood by Kehret. Just because I'm a wolf, everyone assumes I'm the bad guy. People say, poor Little Red Riding Hood, poor old Granny. Ha, if the truth were known, Little Red and Granny would be arrested for fraud, perjury, and the intent to deceive a police officer. Those two women are real con artists, but Little Red's cute and can scream hysterically, so everyone believed her version of what happened. Nobody would listen to me. Well, I think it's time the real story got told. I'm tired of taking the ride. It began late one Sunday afternoon, deep in the woods. Now, I live in the woods. You understand these are my woods. Well, mine and the bank's. I have another 14 years to go on my mortgage. The point is, the woods are my home and Little Red was trespassing. Naturally, when I started running across my property, I stopped her and asked her what she was doing. You probably think she told me she was on her way to visit her sick grandmother. Wrong. She told me that the most incredible thing had just happened. She said she was walking through the woods, looking for wildflowers, when she spotted something hidden under a bush. Being curious, she looked closer and was astonished to find several stacks of $1,000 bills. Since no one was around to claim the money, she put it in her basket and was on her way to her sick granny's house to call the police. She looked at one corner of the napkin, which covered the basket, and gave me a quick peek. There were bundles and bundles of cash, neatly bound with rubber bands. I had never seen so much money. A little prickle of excitement ran down my back, clear to the tip of my tail. Are you sure you want to call the police? I asked her. They'll just confiscate the money and probably never find the owner. Think what you can do with all that cash. She looked at me and blinked her big blue eyes innocently. Oh, I can't keep it, she said. I'd be too nervous to spend $1,000 bills. I usually have 10s and 20s. I couldn't believe she was serious. I mean, I'd never had a $1,000 bill either, but I sure wasn't too nervous to spend one. Then she said that it was too bad that it was Sunday and all the banks were closed, because otherwise she'd be willing to trade me all the money in her basket for whatever I had in smaller bills. Now that statement made my first stand on end. I didn't know how much cash she had under that napkin, but I glimpsed a lot of little bundles. I told her it didn't matter if it was Sunday. I had a bank card for the cash machine. I offered to draw everything out of my account and we'd trade. She asked how much I had, and I said about $2,000. Then she gave me that innocent smile and said she wouldn't be afraid at all to spend $2,000 in 10s and 20s. By then my heart was pounding. I had visions of myself driving through the woods in my new Rolls Royce, maybe spending the winter in Hawaii or Florida. Little Red and I hurried over to the First Interforest Bank. I pulled out my plastic card and punched in the numbers. As the 10s and 20s came out of the machine, I handed them to Red, and she tucked them in the pocket of her cape. It took a while, but eventually, my account was empty, and Red's pocket was bulging. She handed me the basket and suggested that I wait until I get home, until I open it, just in case anyone dishonest was watching. Then we shook hands and went our separate ways. I took the shortcut back to the woods, locked my lair, and opened the basket. It was quite a shock. There were a lot of bundles, but there weren't $1,000 bills. There were pieces of paper cut into the size of bills. The only stack that had a real bill on top was in the corner where I had my quick peek. And that bill was $100, not $1,000. I was furious. I'd been bilked out of my life savings. I rushed over to Granny's house, and it wasn't locked, so I went inside. The bed was empty. Granny had apparently made a miraculous recovery. So I quickly put on her nightgown and nightcap and climbed in the bed to wait for Little Red. You know the rest of the story. Little Red showed up with an undercover agent disguised as a wood chopper. Granny jumped out of the closet, and the two of them concocted that terrible story about me. Before I could even protest, I was handcuffed and on my way to the slammer. And do you know the worst part of it all? The part that never made it to the storybooks? First Interforest Bank hit me with $32 in service charges for overdrawing my account.
All junior high students can come down.
You did it great.